You can park hop all day long. The Disney dining plan is back. EPCOT's Festival of the Arts has started, and Disney has announced the closing date for a show that opened back in 1971 with Magic Kingdom. All the Disney Parks news from the week is coming at you right now. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. It has been a big week for the DFB team as we investigated all of those changes to the newly returned Disney dining plan, covered all of the new food at Festival of the Arts, park hopped to our heart's content, and also finally got to go to the parks with no park pass reservations. But that's not all that happened this week in the Disney bubble. So let's get started. All-day park hopping is finally back. So park hopping, which is hopping between the Disney theme parks, has been seriously restricted in Disney World since 2020. But as of January 9th, you don't need to wait until 2 p.m. to head to a different park if you have a park hopper ticket. This means you can go to Magic Kingdom first thing in the morning and then instantly hop over to EPCOT to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind right after. Since Park Pass restrictions have now been removed for most ticket holders, you will be able to try for either Tron or Cosmic Rewind's virtual queue at 7 a.m. You can only hold one virtual queue at a time, but if one sells out, you can always see if the other is still available and swap your plans around. You still need to be in the park in order to join the queue for the 1 p.m. drop, but if you were able to ride one of the rides with a virtual queue and hop to the next park by 1 p.m. or before the queue fills up, you could feasibly ride both virtual queue rides in one day. On most days other than good to go days and after 2 p.m., annual pass holders do still need a park pass reservation. Pass holders will still need to visit that first park before they hop, and if they're using Genie Plus, they won't be able to secure any Lightning Lane times before 2 p.m. at their second park until they scan into their first park. It's very confusing. On days when pass holders need reservations, you'll also be limited to trying for a spot in the virtual queue for rides only in the park you have the reservation for at the 7 a.m. drop time. Next surprising update on the park hopping situation, buses between the parks will not start running until 10 a.m. So you may need to grab a Lyft or Uber if you need to get somewhere earlier than that, and the Skyliner or monorail won't get you to your intended destination. Now, Disney World is huge, 43 square miles, so give yourself plenty of time to travel from park to park. Now, we know it's a lot to digest, so we made a brand new guide to park hopping in Disney World with all the info you will ever need. It's linked for you in the description below. And the day has finally come. The Disney dining plan has returned to Walt Disney World after 4 very, very sad and desolate years. Now, with this plan, you can basically prepay for all your meals so that when you get to Disney World, all you have to worry about is where to eat. We had reporters out all day covering everything involved with this new dining plan so that we can make sure you have all the info you need. If you want to stay up to date on when big Disney news comes around, be sure to follow us on social media at Disney Food Blog because we always make sure to live post all day, and we are working on separate videos all about the dining plan, but for now you can click the link in the description below to get all the details about how this new plan is different from the old dining plan. Another festival kicked off yesterday in EPCOT, the 2024 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts, which we call FARTS, as you know, runs from January 12th to February 19th, 2024, and features 17 plus food booths. So that means 17 food booths plus all the little extra stuff around the park. And it also has the Disney on Broadway concert series and artwork around the world showcase, along with a bunch of other stuff. This festival ranks high among the DFB team since it's smaller, typically a little less crowded, and the food is gorgeous. We have full coverage of all the food and entertainment over at DisneyFoodBlog.com. You know that we go and we eat at every single booth on day one of every single festival. Our Best of the Fest video with our top food picks will be up on the channel very soon as well for you. But if you want to be the ultimate festival pro and have all of our detailed reviews and tips and food crawls and more in one convenient ebook, we've got that over at dfbstore.com for you. You can pick up a copy of our completely updated for 2024 Guide to the Festival of the Arts, our guide to maximizing the Disney dining plan, or any of our other guides. We even offer an everything bundle that's much cheaper than buying the books individually if you want more of a discount. And don't forget to use code YouTube at checkout to get even more money off. We've got a closing date for the Country Bears Jamboree refurb. Disney Imagineers are updating the Country Bear Jamboree show in Magic Kingdom with an all-new act. The Bears are going to be singing Disney songs in new styles like pop country, rockabilly, and bluegrass, and the updates are inspired by the Opry-style shows of Nashville, Tennessee. In fact, Nashville musicians are helping out with the arrangements. One of the songs we know we'll see is a new version of Bare Necessities in a rockabilly style, and the new show will include Easter eggs throughout that nod to the previous show. So this will close on January 27th, 2024 for refurbishment, and it's going to reopen with the updated show later this summer 2024. We noticed some big changes coming to the live entertainment at Magic Kingdom, and not only one entertainment offering is changing. We noticed that the performance times on the My Disney Experience app have been updated for beginning January 16th. One of the biggest changes we saw was the Festival of Fantasy Parade. Recently, this parade has been happening twice per day. That's going to change. Beginning on January 16th, you'll only be able to see Festival of Fantasy once a day at 3 p.m. We also noted some changes coming to the Adventure Friends Cavalcade. Recently, we could only see this cavalcade once a day at 5:10 p.m. And if you want to see this one, make sure you head to Main Street USA at 10:30 a.m. or 11:45 a.m. The entertainment going down Main Street USA isn't the only thing that's updating. We will also be able to see the Dapper Dans at different times during the day. After their normal 9:50 a.m. showtime, we'll be seeing them a little later than usual. They'll be back out to perform at 10:55. After this, their showtimes pick back up at 12:15 p.m. and are followed by a show at 1:05, 2 o'clock, and 3:40 p.m. These aren't major changes, but they are still some tweaks that we will see beginning on January 16th. So when you go to Disney World, if you go to Magic Kingdom, be sure to check your My Disney Experience app to figure out when the times are for the entertainment that you want to see. Because again, these things aren't set in stone. They can absolutely change again. Finally, we've seen some changes to the times we can find the Casey's Corner pianist. Right now, we are able to see him as early as 10:50 a.m., but that will also be changing. Their first performance time will be changed to 12:05 p.m., and we'll see them out once per hour after that, with their last showtime being 6:15 p.m. We're glad we picked up on all these changes, and in case you missed it, these will be taking place beginning January 16th. As far as we know, they will continue through February 4th, but once Disney releases the showtimes calendar past that, we'll let you know if these are here to stay. Now, why does Disney change times for stuff like this? Well, it depends on the crowd levels. How many people do they need to kind of redirect from the rides and have watch some entertainment so that the lines don't get too long? And it also depends on literal timing. Things will change based on daylight savings sometimes, and they'll change based on when the sun sets. We've got a new Disney Thrills ticket announced. Florida residents can buy a 2-day ticket for $199 or a 3-day ticket for $219. These tickets are already on sale, and they can be used between now and March 15th. You can visit any of Disney World's parks with this discounted ticket deal, and your visits do not have to be on consecutive days. You can use them any 2 days between now and March 15th. Now, it's important to note you will need a park pass reservation to use these tickets. That means in addition to having a ticket for admission, you will need to make a reservation through the Disney World app for the days you plan to visit the park. You may have heard that park pass reservation requirements have been removed for most ticket holders, and that's true, but they are still in effect for non-date-based tickets, and that includes this special deal. Disney's allowing some add-ons with this ticket deal as well, so be sure to check out the article on our website for the details. Back in 2022, Disney announced that its Capture Your Moment service would be added to Hollywood Studios. This is basically a Photoshoot service. When it first launched in Hollywood Studios, you could choose to have your photo taken at Hollywood Boulevard, Echo Lake, Sunset Boulevard, or another beloved spot, quote unquote. For a while, there was one notable exception. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was not offered as an option. Well, that rule is finally changing. Beginning January 17th, you can book a 20-minute session to have your photos taken by a PhotoPass cast member in Galaxy's Edge. Photo sessions will be offered daily during regular park hours starting January 24th. You can reserve a session up to 60 days in advance. Disney also shared that a limited number of same-day reservations may be available, and you can check the My Disney Experience app during your visit. So what's included? During your session, a PhotoPass photographer will travel around Galaxy's Edge with you, taking photos at iconic landmarks like the Millennium Falcon, a First Order shuttle, the Market and Black Spire Outpost, and more. Oh, and you can even snap a few photos with props like a lightsaber. A Capture Your Moment photo session is $99 and can include up to 8 people. Note that photos are not included with the price of the session, and you can purchase Memory Maker separately or opt to purchase photos individually. Annual pass holders with the Disney PhotoPass downloads perk can also receive the photos for free. If you were one of the hopeful Disneyland fans trying to get a Magic Key Pass over the past few days, that's an annual pass for Disneyland, we hope you're doing okay. After several glitches and hours of virtual waiting rooms, Magic Key Passes sold out in just over 24 hours. As of 2 p.m. Eastern, all levels of the Disneyland annual pass were sold out, and Disney has once again paused new Magic Key Pass sales. We don't know when Disney may reopen new sales, but sign up for our newsletter and you will be the first to know if they go on sale again. Tokyo Disney Tower of Terror is getting scarier. Now, the Tower of Terror at Tokyo Disney Sea has always been pretty tame. Some might even say a little bit lame. It's not. It's fun, but it is the Tower of Terror that a lot of people who won't ride it in the States will actually ride. But things are getting scarier. The theme park will run 2 new versions during set dates this year. The first began January 9th, and it includes more drops, and then the second version will include scarier effects. Guests are then going to be polled, and then they can choose which version sticks around until April 7th, 2024. We've got some brand new details about the Disney Cruise Line Moana show that's going to debut this year. Disney previously announced that a new Broadway-style production, Disney: The Tale of Moana, would be coming to the Disney Treasure cruise ship that's setting sail in December. The show is going to feature puppetry, including a massive, fiery Te Kā that will transform into Te Fiti toward the end of the show. A new song has also been written for the show, which will be featured alongside your favorite Moana songs, including You're Welcome, We Know the Way, and How Far I'll Go. The show will follow the story of the film with Graham Atala as the narrator. We're trying a new drink from La Cava del Tequila in EPCOT, and this one even snuck in a Breaking Bad reference. So here's the backstory. Dos Hombres Mezcal was founded by Breaking Bad stars Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston. The 2 celebrities actually visited La Cava del Tequila recently, and they were even serving up drinks. That's where the Crystal Inferno comes in. It was made in collaboration with the 2 actors, so yes, we have a feeling that Crystal Inferno was a nod to Breaking Bad, but don't worry, all the ingredients in this cocktail are legal. No real crystal in this one. The drink is made with Dos Hombres Espadín Mezcal, Alma Finca orange liqueur, clarified lemon juice, spiced nectar, and it's got a little pepper on the side. Yep, this is a smoky drink. And although our reporter isn't usually a fan of smoky drinks, this one won her over. It's smooth with a gentle smoky taste. You can try it right now at La Cava del Tequila. Get it to go for $21.30 or pay $30 to drink it in-house. You can also get it with a La Cava sphere to take home for $70. You've probably heard us rave about the mango pie at Yak and Yeti Local Food Cafes. Well, the Local Food Cafes is a quick service restaurant in the Asia section of Animal Kingdom over there in Anandapur, and it's basically the fast food version of the nearby Yak and Yeti restaurant. We go there for the pork egg rolls, the chicken fried rice, and that mini mango pie. But this beloved dessert went missing in March of 2023, with cast members saying they didn't know whether it would ever return at all. Well, on January 9th, 2024, we found it. Of course, we had to buy one just to make sure it tasted the same, and it does. It's silky smooth, fruity, sweet tart, and delicious with that incredibly thick, buttery graham cracker crust. The Local Food Cafe still doesn't have it listed on its online menu, but don't let that fool you. You should be able to order it as long as they don't run out. It is listed on the printed menu, and it costs $8.49. Note that we didn't see the chocolate pie on the menu, so that one is still missing. And heads up, if you don't want to pay $8.49 for this, head to your local Kroger or Publix and see if they have it in stock, because they often do, and it'll cost like $3.99. This is made by Kenny's Pies. It's a third-party company that Disney just buys the pies from, so you can still find this sometimes for a lot cheaper in your home grocery store. There's a new buffet item at Chef Mickey's. They now have something called croissant beignets during breakfast. Does that sound amazing? As soon as we heard, we immediately booked a dining reservation so we could try them out. That's what we do here at DFB, and that's why you follow us. These are exactly like what we'd expect from something that's both a croissant and a beignet. It's basically a beignet made with croissant dough. And you know those wonderful buttery layers that make a croissant a croissant? Then they're fried into a beignet and topped with cinnamon sugar. It's just a brilliant marriage. Now, we ate 3 of these babies before we felt like we'd properly sampled them. They are relatively small and very sweet and a smidge greasy. They are fried after all, but they're a delicious addition to the breakfast buffet at Chef Mickey's. If you want to see our full recent breakfast review, you can check it out on our website. Swirls on the Water in Disney Springs came out with a lot of new treats this week, and we had to try them for science, of course. First is the Dole Whip Sampler. Now, we see one of these every season come out. It's usually a brand new trio, always includes the vanilla and pineapple, but the other two are kind of a jackpot. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, the first combo we sampled was Dole Whip Cherry and Dole Whip Lime with strawberry boba pearls and a maraschino cherry. Now, this is a winning combo. The cherry is more like a black cherry taste, so you're getting a hint of bitterness with the kick and tartness of the lime. Next up is that Dole Whip Lemon with pink cotton candy soft serve, lemon curd on top, and cotton candy. The lemon and cotton candy flavors work really well together. Super sweet, super tart, and we were surprised at just how good the cotton candy soft serve is. However, that particular one melts super quickly. And the third sample was that classic Dole Whip Pineapple with vanilla soft serve and a pineapple wedge. This is pretty standard, but it's a classic for a reason. Now that trio is going to be $7.49, which is pretty cheap. Our second treat is the Little Mermaid Float. This one's $6.49. It's Dole Whip Cherry and Lime swirled into Sprite with strawberry boba pearls, rock candy, seashells, and an edible Ariel little white chocolate token. The addition of the Sprite and boba pearls makes it feel almost like a holiday punch drink. We're not complaining about it. We really, really liked it. And we're still not done though. We got one more Dole Whip treat to go. This one is the Rapunzel cone, which we've had before, but it's changed a little bit. Previously, it was made with Dole Whip lemon and raspberry swirled in a lavender cone topped with sugar flowers. Now it's made with Dole Whip lemon swirled with cotton candy soft serve. So that's right, that's one of the trio swirls that you get in a lavender cone with sugar flowers. So we'll be honest, we like this version better. The cotton candy flavor really adds some much needed sweetness to counter the zing of the lemon. It's a better balance of flavors in our opinion. Now this is the treat you get when you want to add some new content to your Instagram account, because if you're just after these flavors, they're also available in the sampler, minus all the fun decorations. So yes, big day at Swirls on the Water. Thanks of course to our reporter who had to go get all of this stuff when it was really cold outside. Festival of the Arts isn't the only Disney festival starting this month. Lunar New Year kicks off in Disney California Adventure on January 23rd and runs through February 18th. Disney's Lunar New Year Festival is a tribute to Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean cultures. Full menus have been released for the food booths at the festival, as well as several other specialty snacks around the resort. You can find all the details you need at DisneyFoodblog.com. Some bad news from downtown Disney. Tortilla Joe's has announced it will permanently close on March 31st, 2024 in Disneyland's downtown Disney. There is also a taqueria attached for those who want a quick drink or bite, and that's set to close on April 13th, 2024. Downtown Disney is currently going through that massive refurbishment with lots of new restaurants and shops coming soon, like Porto's Bakery and Din Tai Fung, so definitely check out the information at the link here. There's going to be so much change over there in Disneyland's downtown Disney this year. Okay, here's what you need to know if you're in Disney World this week. Crowds are definitely down in Disney World after the tail end of the holiday season and the Disney World Marathon. Genie Plus has been staying around $23 for the multiple parks or Magic Kingdom option, with EPCOT averaging $17 per person per day. Studios is at $21 and Animal Kingdom's at $15. We expect those price trends to continue into next week with the exception of Martin Luther King Day. 3-day weekends can mean big crowds in Disney World, and while this isn't the 4th of July, schools having a day off always mean more people are going to be in the parks, so plan for longer wait times through the 15th and even 16th. We had some pretty windy weather last week, and storms are in the forecast for several days coming up. There are a few nights that will dip into 30-degree territory in Orlando, so bring those layers and maybe a pair of gloves. I always find that a scarf helps a lot as well. Disney's going to sell them if you forgot them, but you're going to pay a lot. As for ride closures, Rock and Roller Coaster is still closed and will be till the summer. Kali River Rapids is closed as well, as it gets some annual maintenance. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will be closed this week from the 16th through the 20th for some maintenance. The Skyliner will also be closed this coming week. Now, I know that's not a Disney ride, except it kind of is, but the full line will be down from the 16th to the 21st, and the line between Riviera and EPCOT will remain closed through the 27th. If you're staying at Art of Animation, Pop Century, Caribbean Beach, or Riviera, there will be bus service to EPCOT and Hollywood Studios instead. In merchandise news, there's a new Starbucks Magic Kingdom tote, and this one seems to be on everyone's wish list right now. It has some of our favorite Magic Kingdom icons on it, like Cinderella Castle, Spaceship Earth, Dole Whip, Tinkerbell, the Dapper Dans, even Sunny Eclipse is on there. And can we talk about those contrast tote bag handles? That shade of blue adds the perfect pop of color. We had to hunt it down, but we found it at the Emporium in Magic Kingdom right on Main Street, USA. However, this bag literally sold out while we were standing there taking photos of it, so if you're headed to Disney World, keep an eye on it so you can grab it the minute you see it. It's $29.99. Also, there's a companion tumbler for this tote bag if you're interested in that as well. And if you've ever visited the Germany Pavilion in EPCOT, you may know that sometimes you can find a beautiful souvenir stein at the beer and snack spot. Well, a new stein is now available and it is gorgeous. This one has some things you might recognize from EPCOT's Germany Pavilion. Oh, and does that shape at the top look familiar? It's a Mickey pretzel. We obviously approve of Disney food in the design. The phrase warm welcome in German is at the top, and under that it says Germany. The bottom has the EPCOT logo with World Showcase written around it. If you want to pick one up for yourself, you can find it at the Germany Pavilion at Summerfest, the pretzel cart, or beer line. It comes with the choice of 3 different beers: Beck's Pilsner for $19, Schafferhofer Pink Grapefruit Hefeweizen for $20.25, or Warsteiner Dunkel for $20.75. And by the way, this is on mobile order as well. Alright, so that's the latest news for this week. If you want the latest news on more days than just Saturday, be sure to sign up for our newsletter. It's totally free. The link to sign up is in the description below, and I hope you'll join, because a lot of time and effort goes into that, and it's really, really valuable and helpful information. So thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.